Hey, hey. Thanks. This is Christina Powers. I just wanted to give you a awesome shoulder opener on the wall that I love so much. It's something I learned from Jill Miller and Yoga Tune Up, and it's called Dancing with Yourself, and it really helps with flexion. And this is called abduction of your arm, which you need for any lifting, reaching, any overhead sport. Um, And also, um, it's just a really fun way to work on your shoulder range of motion. So you need a wall. You don't need anything else. And just as a review, there's a way to work into shoulder motion where you can be stable in your body. So really important that when you work into shoulder motion, you're not hyperextending anything, whether it's your low back or your upper back or your neck. And you want to keep what we call in yoga tune-up, we call this our tubular core. So if we think about swelling our belly up with air and then just taking the poof out of our belly and just drawing in a little bit. That's what we need to cultivate. It's not like a holding and a squeezing, but it's more just this cultivation of stability throughout the core. And so with our wall, um, since I can't put the computer on the other side of the wall, um, the I'm going to show you just like the computer is the wall now. So you put your hand on the wall and your elbow comes by your side. Okay, and this is the elbow here, and then the opposite hand is going to come and try to get to this other hand. So you're going to see here, I'm going to put my elbow on the wall. Okay. And then this elbow is actually trying to pull the wall down. Okay. And then I take this outer arm and then I'm side bending and trying to touch my fingertips. And at the same time, I'm not arching or doing anything crazy with my body. But when I get my fingertips to the wall, it could be a whole hand, it could be the whole, it could just be fingertips. My shoulders are very tight. So I put my fingertips on the wall. And then what I'm trying to do is peek my head out of this top arm as I tuck my tailbone and I'm breathing. And then I'm trying to separate my hands. So I'm trying to pull my hands apart as I'm breathing and trying to maintain that stability in my core. And there is some side bending action of me leaning toward the wall. And then this top elbow is trying to open. So it's not covering my face. I'm trying to open into this top elbow. So we're here, 3, 4, 5 breaths. And just kind of shake it out. And then we'll do the other side just so we feel a little more balanced. I'm just going to give this computer a little shimmy shake. So here, you can't really see me that well there. It's okay. Just gonna imagine that I'm doing it on this side for you so you can see a little better. So my wall is here again. This top arm's here. And inhale this other arm. So you're on the wall doing this. I'm just showing you what it looks like when I'm not on the wall. And then my hands are trying to get to each other. My fingertips are on the wall. I'm inhaling, trying to poke my head out from underneath my top elbow. And I'm exhaling. I'm side bending a little bit more into the wall as I'm trying to pull my arms apart. At the same time, I'm not letting my ribs flare and I'm not sticking my butt out. So 2 more breaths like that. And then letting that go. Now, this is the fun one. And I'm trying to decide if we're going to be able to capture it very well, but here we'll go try. So now the we go back to the wall. We're at the wall already, but go back to your first arm on the wall. And you're going to try to turn the fingertips down now. Okay. So the fingertips might face perpendicular to the wall, but we're trying to get them to face down. Like I said, my shoulders are tight, so this is hard. So now I'm trying to actually come under my arm Okay, I'm coming under my arm, I'm coming under my arm, I'm coming under my arm, and then I'm getting myself to where my elbow is up against my shoulder. And then I'm walking, walking out. So just try that one more time. So my hands on the wall, fingertips are trying to point down. And then I'm tucking myself under that arm. So I'm turning towards that arm, towards that arm, towards that arm. And then when I get there, I try to bring my elbow close to my ear. And then while I'm trying to still maintain contact on the wall. So now we switch. So the opposite arm is on the wall. I know this is hard. I turn the fingertips down, and then I'm turning my body towards the arm, and it's really tight for me. So keeping your hand on the wall, keeping your elbow close to your ear. And then I unravel, and I try that one more time. Very tight. So I hope you enjoyed those shoulder mobility exercises. We'll see you again next time. Thanks.